Welcome to episode 15 of Ralph's Stuff. Tonight, Troop Train, a U.S. government film made in World War II about moving troops across the country on trains. Quite interesting. 2003 Mountain State Fair, the earliest I have a video on. A rainstorm in August 2003. And All-in-One, Popeye the Sailor Man. Cartoons are not just for kids. So, here we are again, Ralph's Stuff, a compendium of, or more appropriately perhaps a mishmash of things that interest me. And as I've often said on the show, having a show entitled Ralph's Stuff allows you to stuff in almost anything you want to stuff in. But I try to get things that are interesting, at least to me, and hopefully to you, my audience, also. Really appreciate you coming by again. It's what keeps this show on the air, and here we are in the 15th episode. Now, a lot of you have already said, well, gee, his mic's in frame. That's unusual for Ralph. He usually has higher production values. This is the microphone. Boom, boom, right there. And the reason is I'm showing it off a little bit, or at least the top of it. You've got to be able to be heard if you want to get your message across. Unfortunately, a really good studio microphone like this one sells for close to $1,000, is very hard to find or to afford. I certainly can't go out and buy a $1,000 microphone. Luckily, I frequent pawn shops and places like that, and I was able to pick this one up for a fraction of its value. And it is a sweet-sounding microphone. I really like the way it makes my voice sound. And I don't have a great voice for broadcast, but it's what God gave me, so it's what I use. And anything that makes it sound better is always a benefit. Tonight's show is it's got some things in it you might find intriguing. The first film is I think from about 1942. It's a U.S. Government Office of War Information film about troop trains, and that's moving troops across the country. I found it fascinating. I hope you guys do too. World War II, the popular support for it was much better than the current conflicts we're engaged in, but perhaps we could learn something from our fathers and grandfathers and mothers and grandmothers on how to support our troops. I know going to war for the individual soldier or sailor back in those days was hard. You had to take a troop train and then a ship across the ocean usually. In my case, the war I went to was Vietnam in 1968, and I was able to fly from using jets out of Asheville to all the way to Vietnam. As I recall, it was 10 hours from Seattle, Washington to Japan, and then another 4 hours to Vietnam. And then I slogged around the jungle for almost a year and a half, and but had a very nice flight back. So wars, while they remain horrible things, are a lot more convenient getting to and back from, if you're lucky, than they used to be. Also, I have some film from the 2003 Mountain State Fair. In previous editions of this show, I've shown you the 2004, 2005, 2006 Mountain State Fairs, which we enjoy quite a bit. They're held every year at the Agricultural Center out near the airport here in Asheville. And so anyway, this is 2003. I got film of the guy that was gets shot out of the cannon. David Smith's his name. He holds the world's record for a cannon, being shot out of a cannon for the greatest distance. He's a pretty high caliber person, as they say. Also, I have a rainstorm in 2003 that was pretty severe, and lots of rain coming down really quickly. And finally, Popeye the Sailor Man. This is an old public domain Popeye, but it's in color. And cartoons are not just for kids. Some of the older cartoons, Popeyes and the Looney Tunes, and especially were a lot more sophisticated than you see in today's children's cartoons. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot again for coming. I always enjoy having you visit. If you were here, I would give you a cup of coffee, but unfortunately you're not here, so I'll have to drink it all myself. Thanks a lot. Come back to see us next week. It's every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. on your TV, Channel 20. Support public access TV in Asheville and Buncombe County. And remember, there's a whole lot more to Buncombe County than Asheville. From beautiful downtown Alexander, this is your host, Ralph Roberts. Enjoy the show.
Fort Morris, California. Lieutenant, the westbound movement will be made by Chicago, Denver, and Salt Lake City.
Transportation officer at Miami, Florida says 47 flat cars are spotted now.
You've got the green light. Report when you clear Cleveland.
Hello, operator. I have a call in for Seattle. This is a hot move. Give it a high priority.
I just talked to San Antonio, Texas, and train number 21778 left the camp at 11:05 a.m.
Colonel Fitz, will you please carry these orders into effect?
Yes, sir. This is Colonel Fitz, Army Ground Forces. The commanding general has decided to move the 201st Armored Division by rail. Alert traffic control and everyone concerned.
have your attention, men. There's going to be 3 men in each section. Sleeping tonight. 2 in the lower berth and 1 in the upper berth.
What's an upper?
You'll find out tonight, boy. We're pulling out now, men, so at ease.
Attention, men. We're stopping at the next station. Be ready to get off. Attention, men. Anyone I catch smoking in the berths will get KP for the whole trip. Is that clear?
Can you tell me where this train is going?
No, sir, soldier. That's one thing I'm not allowed to tell.
I think we're headed to San Francisco because now we are in Tennessee. No, Tennessee's not there, it's down here.
My wife Pat and I really enjoy the North Carolina Mountain State Fair. every September at the Agricultural Center out near the airport. In fact, when we were first dating back in 1993, we went to the fair as one of our first dates, and we've been every year since. And in fact, several years, including this year of 2003, we actually worked all 10 days of the fair. And but that turned out to be a little bit too hard, so we don't do that anymore. But we still visit and enjoy. It's a helicopter ride. That was pretty neat. I've never taken that particular ride because I rode a lot in helicopters when I was in Vietnam, so I have no inclination to do it again. But and they haven't had the rides for the last couple of years, I've noticed. But people seem to have fun doing it, so whatever. And that one's up and away. Another thing they don't have at the fair anymore is the guy who got shot from the cannon. In this case, David Smith Jr., a human cannonball. Now, he comes from a family of people who get shot from cannons for a living, which is, he's a very high caliber person. I used that joke earlier, but it's true. And that was quite interesting, but very loud. He did it several times a day. And being there for all 10 days, you tend to jump at the loud explosions. But it was very interesting to watch. And here he is getting ready to go down in the cannon. I think they actually use compressed air and springs. It's not gunpowder shooting him out of it. Again, he holds the world's record. I think it's 200 and some feet from being shot from a cannon. And he lands in a net that's placed at an exact distance from the cannon, depending on the weather conditions and various other factors that I'm sure he checks very rigorously before he gets shot from a cannon. Let's see. They put a lot of suspense in it before they actually shot. I kept most of that out. But we're getting ready. Now watch the end of the cannon. And there he goes. And there he lands. And we're into the next segment already. This is a rainstorm in August of 2003 that I filmed. And was a small separate segment that I found recently and put back in this. That's the rain coming off my old barn. Out here on the farm in Alexander. That's the road. Pick 'em up truck going up the road. And I don't know, I rather like rainstorms. They're a lot of fun. And I've always liked rain. I know the times I've spent in more arid areas than here in western North Carolina, I've missed the rain quite a bit. Especially when I spent a year out in El Paso, Texas. Doesn't rain much there. I'm shooting this from the porch of my office building. And you see some barns on the old farm. My neighbor Randall's house. Randall's a good guy. We've had a segment about the knives he designs on this show in the past. And my other neighbor going in through the rain. So this was quite a storm. Next we have Popeye the Sailor Man coming up, so get your cans of Spanish and stand by because poot poot, I eats me Spanish. So the rain will quit and here comes Popeye and Olive Oyl and Bluto.
Oh dear, the movers will be here we gonna get our truck in there, pal?
Just leaves it to me, chum. Okay, back her in.
Gosh, I'll never get through packing.
It's a pleasure to move a beautiful doll like you, babe.
But I haven't finished packing yet.
That's all right, miss. I'll pack for you.
Oh, thank you.
There you are. Dish is all packed.
Oh, you're a fast one.
Oh, yeah? Watch me pack.
Oh, you're wonderful.
Why, that little show-off. Get a load of this, babe.
Oh, what a man!
Why, that dirty double-crosser!
I sure got rid of that rot.
Bravo, bravo, you're Superman!
Okay, wise guy, catch that! And that! And that!
Oh, you're terrific!
The job I did finish, 'cause I ate me spinach. I'm Popeye the Moving Man.
Go to ralphwroberts.com to see this show again.